Ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, Jeffrey Lazarus, and you are watching Let's Play Mass Effect on the Gaming Vector. Now, if you remember at the end of the last episode, I had my first death of the Let's Play very early on, and upon reloading the checkpoint, I immediately got attacked. So we're going to jump right back into combat. Let's go. So once again, Geth Troopers, nothing too special. Let's go ahead and see if we can't overload this guy. I think he was already dead when I did that. Let's sabotage this one and blow him away with shotgun. Oh, there we are. The problem is I couldn't get into cover because I was remembering Mass Effect 2 and 3 controls, not Mass Effect 1, which has a slightly different cover mechanic. Rather than pressing A to get into cover, you use the left stick to crouch and then move into cover. There's Caden here. Let's have him sabotage that guy. And this seems like a good time to use a grenade. Press the back button to throw, and then press the back button again to detonate. While we're here in cover, let's go ahead and boost our health. See if we can't get that shielding back. And now we can move up.
Not in the middle of a fight.
Okay, we've still got a few enemies up there. Let's see if we can't get just a bit closer. Staying crouched, staying in cover, and there we are. Let's target him with overload if we can. Have Ashley use her overkill ability. And while we're here, open this medikit, get some metagel. That will allow us to heal again if necessary. Now, as you can see, I'm not having to reload the weapons. This is something that's taken out of the later Mass Effect games. Instead, the weapons operate on an overheat. You do not have limited ammo. You actually have unlimited ammo in all of your weapons. But, as you can see from firing the shotgun, there is a meter down in the lower left. And once it fills, it overheats, and you can't use the weapon until it has quit overheating. Now, there is a way, later on in the game, to basically have a shotgun that will never overheat with the correct combination of heat sinks and whatnot attached to it. And we're going to try and do that later on, once we get far enough into the game to find those items. So as you can see, we found the train controls. We're heading towards the spaceport where Saren has gone to find the Prothean Beacon. And here's Saren, the villainous Turian. And now comes the timed bomb defusal sequence, with combat mixed in as well. So, we have a short amount of time, we have 3 bombs, I believe, that need to be taken out, and we have 5 minutes to do so. So we're going to go ahead and disarm this one first, since it's right there off of the train. And now we can move up here. I believe I may have been mistaken. I think there are actually 4 charges. Let's see if we can't move up here. Let's tell our squad mates to go up there, and they can deal with those Geth while I disarm this one. Okay, so that's 2 charges down already. We've still got quite a bit of time. As you can see up there, deployable shields. Those are done differently in the later games, but they still have the same type of effect. Let's go ahead and throw a grenade up there, see if we can't do some damage. And let's get some abilities going. I will overload this guy. Ashley, activate her overkill ability again. Let's see if we can't put these fellas down. Alright, here's another bomb. So we're going to move our teammates up to right about there. And then try and deal with this bomb while they deal with the enemies. Okay, so we've still got 3.5 minutes. And deal with those 2 enemies. As you can see, sabotage, overload, things like that are fairly effective against the Geth since they are robotic, synthetic enemies. Later on, against other enemies, those may not be quite as effective, or they may have different effects depending on the enemies. There are other things you can do with those abilities. We'll get to them later on. We're going to go ahead and disarm this bomb, and that should take care of all the charges in 2 minutes' time. Not the fastest that it can be done, but still not too bad. So now, as you can see down there, there's where Saren was just a moment ago. There's the Prothean Beacon that he apparently somehow activated, and we're going to get to see firsthand exactly what that does. But first, we have more Geth troopers to deal with. So we will have myself overload that one. Ashley once again use overkill. And if we can get Caden to sabotage that one, we should be fairly well set. If you notice on the radar, we do have some enemies behind us as well. Also, Husks joining the fight. Once again, not terribly difficult to kill. Shotgun seems to do a fairly effective job. Although, I am in dire need of healing. There we are. Now let's go ahead and open up these storage lockers and whatnot, so we can hopefully get some items to use later on. More weapons, a better shotgun. That might actually be useful at the moment. Let's hop into our equipment here and check it out. New shotgun, scimitar, more damage, 0.3 less shots before overheat, not terribly bad. Lower accuracy rating. It's a shotgun, we're not too concerned with accuracy. Also, no upgrades as of yet that I'm willing to put on my own weapons. And let's check out pistols for Caden. Nothing special. We do have a level up, apparently. And I know I'm probably going to get yelled at for this, but I'm going to keep boosting Intimidate as far as I can every time that I can, because I want those dialogue options. And we're going to go ahead and boost this so we can get Carnage. Carnage turns your next shotgun blast into an explosive ball that can damage multiple enemies. This basically turns your shotgun into a single-shot rocket launcher. Fantastic ability. I'll be using that throughout the entire playthrough, most likely. It's one of my favorite abilities in this game. It gets nerfed quite a bit in the later titles, but in this one, it's one of the better weapon-based abilities. Failed on the override, no Omnigel. We're not going to worry about what's in there. Once again, we'll get some better stuff fairly quickly, so I'm not too worried about those little items along the way. We do want to check around this platform for more containers, though. Anything I can open up and possibly sell or maybe even use. But when I say we're going to get some much better items before too long, shield regenerator and fusion explosion. When I say we're going to get some much better items before too long, there's an achievement in this game for having... I did not level up my other characters. There's an achievement in this game for having 1 million credits at a given time. And once you get that achievement, it unlocks specialty weapons, Spectre grade weapons, if you will. And those weapons are pretty much far and beyond the best weapons in the game. It unlocks it for all subsequent playthroughs, all characters, everything that's done on your account. So, once I get to the ship and get to the Citadel, which will be happening very, very soon, we should be able to sell off some of this gear we have, get a couple of really high-end weapons, and hang on to them for a good majority of the game. So let's go ahead, finish opening up these crates. We'll see what the beacon has to do. Biotic Amp. Biotic Amp is not terribly helpful for my character in this case. And that one in particular, well, not too bad. You lose duration and power, but you gain a cooldown bonus, so he can use his biotic abilities more often. I think we may save that, possibly sell it. We might give it to another more pure biotic character later on. But for the time being, we will just hang on to it. So let's check weapons here. I already have a Reaper 1 sniper rifle, so those are not helpful. No assault rifles for Ashley. Let's go ahead and finish our tour of Eden Prime with investigation of the Prothean Beacon.
Normandy, the beacon is secure.
This is amazing. Actual working Prothean technology. Unbelievable.
It wasn't doing anything like that when they dug it up.
Something must have activated it.
Roger, Normandy. Standing by.
Shepard!
No, don't touch her. It's too dangerous.
We identified the ship that touched down on Eden Prime, the Normandy, a human alliance vessel. It was under the command of Captain Anderson. They managed to save the colony.
And the beacon.
One of the humans may have used it.
This human must be eliminated.
Doctor? Dr. Chakwas. I think she's waking up.
You had us worried there, Shepard. How are you feeling?
Like the morning after shore leave. How long was I out?
About 15 hours. Something happened down there with the beacon, I think.
It's my fault. I must have triggered some kind of security field when I approached it. You had to push me out of the way.
I expect better of you, Lieutenant. You endangered the entire mission.
Don't be so hard on him, Commander. We have no idea if that's what actually set it off. Unfortunately, we'll never get the chance to find out.
The beacon exploded. A system overload, maybe. And the blast knocked you cold. Williams and I had to carry you back here to the ship.
I don't suppose it occurred to you that Eden Prime has medical facilities.
Listen, you're better off in this infirmary than in any hospital on Eden Prime. Physically, you're fine. But I detected some unusual brain activity. Abnormal beta waves. I also noticed an increase in your rapid eye movement. Signs typically associated with intense dreaming.
I'm not sure what I saw. Death, destruction. Nothing's really clear.
I better add this to my report. It may... Oh, Captain Anderson.
How's our XO holding up, Doctor?
Well, all the readings look normal. I'd say the commander's going to be fine.
Glad to hear it. Shepard, I need to speak with you. In private.
Aye, aye, Captain. I'll be in the mess if you need me.
Sounds like that beacon hit you pretty hard, Commander. Are you sure you're okay?
Intel dropped the ball, sir. We had no idea what we were walking into down there. That's why things went to hell.
The Geth haven't been outside the Veil in 2 centuries, Commander. Nobody could have predicted this.
You said you needed to see me in private, Captain?
I won't lie to you, Shepard. Things look bad. Nihilus is dead. The beacon was destroyed and Geth are invading. The Council's going to want answers.
The Council can kiss my ass. I won't let them blame me for losing the beacon. I didn't do anything wrong.
I'll stand behind you and your report, Shepard. You're a damned hero in my books. That's not why I'm here. It's Saren, that other Turian. Saren's a Spectre, one of the best, a living legend. But if he's working with the Geth, it means he's gone rogue. A rogue Spectre's trouble. Saren's dangerous, and he hates humans.
He didn't come to Eden Prime because he hates humans.
You're right. Saren has allied himself with the Geth. I don't know how. I don't know why. But it had something to do with that beacon. You were there just before that beacon self-destructed. Did you see anything? Any clue that might tell us what Saren was after?
Just before I lost consciousness, I had some kind of vision.
A vision? A vision of what?
I saw synthetics. Geth, maybe. Slaughtering people. Butchering them.
We need to report this to the Council, Shepard.
They'll think I'm crazy.
We don't know what information was stored in that beacon. Lost Prothean technology? Blueprints for some ancient weapon of mass destruction? Whatever it was. Saren took it. But I know Saren. I know his reputation is politics. He believes humans are a blight on the galaxy. This attack was an act of war. He has the secrets from the beacon. He has an army of Geth at his command, and he won't stop until he's wiped humanity from the face of the galaxy.
I'll find some way to take him down.
It's not that easy. He's a Spectre. He can go anywhere, do almost anything. That's why we need the Council on our side.
When have they ever done anything for humanity?
If we expose Saren as a traitor, the Council will revoke his Spectre status. I'll contact the ambassador and see if he can get us an audience with the Council. He'll want to see us as soon as we reach the Citadel. We should be getting close. Head up to the bridge and tell Joker to bring us into dock.
So, now that we're back into the game, we're back on the Normandy, obviously, and Saren has apparently gone rogue. There's Caden hanging out in the mess hall, as he said earlier. Ashley has also joined us on the ship. And we're going to take the elevator here. This is kind of a hidden loading screen. Also, the longest, slowest elevators in the history of gaming exist right here in Mass Effect. But we are heading to the Citadel, the seat of the Council, the seat of the government for the entire galaxy, and a pivotal point in all of the Mass Effect franchise. Why I took the elevator down here, I'll never be sure. Over there we can see the Requisitions Officer. This is the guy I can talk to get the weapons I was talking about earlier. This is the Mako. It is our ground transport, the M35 Mako. Not the best handling vehicle ever built, but it serves its purpose. It does not make an appearance in the later games, not as a drivable vehicle. Here we see the lockers for our squad mates, so I can go through Ashley's equipment, Caden's equipment, and go ahead and set them up without having to go to the squad screen. I can go down here and do that for all of the characters. Let's go ahead and talk to the Requisitions Officer over here and see what he's got for sale, if anything.
Looking for some extra supplies before you head out?
What have you got?
Whatever you want. Armor, weapons, mods. It's not standard Alliance issue, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Well, as long as you don't mind paying for it.
Why should I pay you for my weapons and armor?
My stuff doesn't come from the Alliance. I have to purchase it myself, and it's not cheap. Hell, the licenses alone have set me back more than I'd like. But no licenses, no goods. Without the goods, I'm out of a job.
Let's see what you got.
You bet, Commander.
So here we are, the HM weapons, the HMWSR, HMWSG, HMWA, and HMWP. These are the pistol, shotgun, sniper rifle, and assault rifle that you get for having the 1,000,000 credit achievement. Now, as you can see, these are 320,000 apiece, but well worth it. 320 damage out of the shotgun versus the 128 I'm currently getting. Almost a full 3 shots more and double the accuracy of my current shotgun. Can't afford them at the moment. Down here we've got our armor, and we'll start finding better armor along the way. Turian armor, here's a Metagel upgrade and a grenade upgrade. These are what I'm going to go for first to make things a bit easier along the way. We have more chances to heal ourselves up, more chances to take out large groups of enemies with the grenades. We're going to avoid these other weapons. We may take a look at the armor is too expensive at the moment. Let's tab over to the cell screen and see what we can get rid of. Now, fusion explosive does 20% toxic damage. Don't really need that. We're going to go ahead and sell it. It doesn't sell for much. Shield regenerator we'll keep. These other guns we'll go ahead and get rid of for the time being. As you can see, most of these don't sell for very much, but just keep collecting things along the way, and eventually we'll get the money we need. Also, there is a buyback system. I can go back in and buy all the stuff I sold. Granted, I have to buy it back for more than I sold it for in some cases. So we have 1,100 credits. Can't really buy anything at the moment. But now we know where to go to get our weapons. So we're going to go ahead and head back up the elevator. We will go talk to Joker, have him bring us into dock, and probably end this week's episode. Once again, slowest elevators in the history of gaming. And let's head up the stairs here. This should take us back up to the bridge. Galaxy map. And once again, there is Navigator Presley. This is the galaxy map. This is where we will eventually go to move around the galaxy from place to place. As you can see, we also have these different things we can examine, such as Nav Manual 141. These grant a tiny bit of experience and a codex entry. Well worth clicking on any of these that you can find along the way. Help you level up your character a little bit. Go ahead and talk to Joker here.
Good timing, Commander. I was just about to bring us
And
into
get
the
things
Citadel.
moving along.
See that taxpayer money at work.
Ladies and gentlemen, the seat of all galactic government, the Citadel.
Look at the size of that ship.
The Ascension, flagship of the Citadel fleet.
Well, size isn't everything.
Why so touchy, Joker?
I'm just saying you need firepower too.
Look at that monster. Its main gun could rip through the barriers in any ship in the Alliance fleet.
Good thing it's on our side then.
Citadel Control, this is SSV Normandy, requesting permission to land.
Stand by for clearance, Normandy. Clearance granted. You may begin your approach. Transferring you to an Alliance operator.
Roger, Alliance Tower, Normandy out.
Normandy, this is Alliance Tower. Please proceed to Dock 422.
This is an outrage! The Council would step in if the Geth attacked a Turian colony?
The Turians don't found colonies on the borders of the Terminus systems, Ambassador.
Humanity was well aware of the risks when you went into the Traverse.
What about Saren? You can't just ignore a rogue Spectre. I demand action!
You don't get to make demands of the Council, Ambassador.
Citadel Security is investigating your charges against Saren. We will discuss the CSEC findings at the hearing, not before.
Captain Anderson, I see you brought half your crew with you.
Just the ground team from Eden Prime, in case you had any questions.
I have the mission reports. I assume they're accurate?
They are. Sounds like you convinced the Council to give us an audience.
They were not happy about it. Saren's their top agent. They don't like him being accused of treason.
I'm not gonna sit on my ass just because the Council doesn't want to do anything. If they won't stop Saren, I will.
Settle down, Commander. You've already done more than enough to jeopardize your candidacy for the Spectres. The mission on Eden Prime was a chance to prove you could get the job done. Instead, Nihilus ended up dead and the beacon was destroyed.
That's Saren's fault, not hers.
Then we better hope the CSEC investigation turns up evidence to support our accusations. Otherwise, the Council might use this as an excuse to keep you out of the Spectres. Come with me, Captain. I want to go over a few things before the hearing. Shepard, you and the others can meet us at the Citadel Tower, top level. I'll make sure you have clearance to get in.
And that's why I hate politicians.
So we have finally made our way to the Citadel. This is the main seat of government for the entire galaxy, and this is where the story really starts to get moving. But we will get to that next week, start assembling our motley crew of aliens and going after the rogue Spectre Saren. As always, I'm your host, Jeffrey Lazarus, and you have been watching Let's Play Mass Effect on the Gaming Vector.